I decided to put my foot forward and become an official volunteer with the movement as a district captain in February of this year, 2020. And the reason for that was I was looking at my kids one day, and I have two boys, they're both teenagers, and I thought to myself, I need to make some sort of effort as an example for them to see what citizen activism looks like. And we love the American history, we love the story, so I thought that it was about time for me to make an example for them. So that's why I volunteered with Convention of States. I've never been politically active before. This is as close as I've ever gotten to being politically active. It's been a real learning experience. When I first made my first phone call to my legislator's office, it was a little bit nerve-wracking, which makes me laugh, but it was. But after I got over that hurdle, it's just all about relationships. And so I think that it doesn't matter who the person is, if they're a legislator or a volunteer or a state director, it's all about just getting to know people. Okay, so one of my biggest frustrations with Washington, D.C. is I don't think that they're listening to the American people. I don't think that Congress will make the tough decisions that need to be made because it's not politically popular, and they don't want to limit their power. I think a lot of people end up going to Washington, D.C. with some great intentions, and they get there and get drunk on power. So that would be my biggest frustration with Washington, D.C. So I think America is at a crossroads. I don't think we're on the right track. I don't think we're on the wrong track, but I think we're at the precipice. I think that the left has done a great job with infiltrating, schools and just culture and just popular thought. And I think that a lot of kids today are thinking that America is coming from the bad place. I do think that I'm not ready to give up yet. I think that there's been many, many challenges throughout the history of our country, and there's always been a movement or a person or people that stood up to get the country back on the right path. So I'm thinking that that's my last saving grace. I think Convention of States is that movement, and I think that it's very important that we're successful because, like I said, I think that we're at the precipice, and if we're not successful, my children will be growing up in a country that was definitely not what the framers intended. Educate yourself on Convention of States and educate yourself on some of the process, and just talk to people. You don't have to spend or commit to spending a ton of time volunteering, but just spreading the word. A lot of people do not know about Convention of States, and when you really sit down and explain it to people, I think most of them are very excited about the possibility. I don't think that a lot of people know about it. Convention of States offers a multitude of courses through COS University where you can learn about the history of Convention of States. You can learn about how to overcome various objections that you'll hear from people in your conversations. They're great training materials that would help you become a servant leader and activist. So I would definitely recommend going through all of the courses that are available to you on Convention of States University.
I'm here live in Philadelphia at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. When you hear the phrase lives, fortunes, and sacred honor, these are the folks we should think of, those who anonymously gave their lives. Well, today you have a chance to volunteer. You need to volunteer for conventionofstates.com, the movement that's going to save the country. These folks are willing to step up and give everything. We need you to give just a little bit. Go to conventionofstates.com and volunteer today.